Acts 16, verse 27 onwards. The jailer woke up and he saw the prison doors open. He drew his sword and was about to kill himself because he thought the prisoners had escaped. But Paul shouted, "Don't do yourself harm, we're all here." The jailer called for lights, rushed in and fell trembling before Paul and Silas. And he then brought them out and asked, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" So this is a conversion of the jailer. The Lord sent a big earthquake, mild earthquake must be, and shaken all the doors open, the prison doors, and Paul and Timothy and the rest of the prisoners were got out, obviously. And the jailer was so shocked, he wanted to kill himself because he thought all the prisoners have escaped. But Paul shouted to him, "Don't kill yourself, don't harm yourself, we are all here." Okay, the jailer then called for lights and turned on the lights and fell trembling before Paul and Silas, not Timothy, Paul and Silas. He then brought them out and said, "Sir, what must I do to be saved?" And they replied, "Believe in the Lord Jesus, you and your household." Then they spoke the word of the Lord to him and to all the others in his house. So obviously the message was shared to the jailer's household and all who live with the jailer. Even at that hour at the night, the jailer cared for them and washed the wounds. Then he and everyone in his households were immediately baptized. You know, before this, Paul and Silas were severely flogged by rods, wooden rods. They were injured. The body was aching and killing. I just want to bring out the fact that while in jail, the thing that really activated God shaking the place, incidentally, and very importantly, is in verse 25. At midnight, after midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. What were they doing, Paul and Silas? They were singing hymns to God. It is incredible. After being severely flogged and beaten up by rods, by this unfair treatment, there was no trial. They're Roman citizens, they're not supposed to do that. And they got thrown into jail after being severely flogged. For what? Roman laws is far more judiciary and justice than that. And but you want to catch one thing here first. You know, this Paul and Silas, instead of moaning, groaning, and crying to God, deliver us, heal our wounds, and all of this stuff, they were singing hymns and praying to God. We don't know what is the prayer. I'm sure they included God, deliver us, set us free, Lord. I'm sure they do. And they're singing hymns. Hymns are worshiping God. You see, the time of trials, this is a big trial for Paul. He was in jail, beaten up, body was hurting and aching badly. And he chose to sing hymns to God and pray. He chose to worship God. I personally would love to sing hymns, more hymns. I think hymns should be sung in church more often than not. Not just the Presbyterian church singing hymns, but or Methodist church or Baptist church, but charismatic church, evangelical church should really sing more hymns. It's a combo, so they can do both. But you see, they were worshiping God in the times of trial. This is such an important lesson for us. You know, no matter what you're going through, hard times and trials, worship God. You know why is it so powerful? Because it lifts your eyes off from your depression and trials and the sadness and grievance and worries and anxieties and all this. There's something so powerful about worshiping God. Because once your eyes are fixed on God, things begin to change. Because the Bible also says in the epistles, Paul said, looking to Jesus, to God, and our way be changed from glory to glory. Not just that we are we're set free, but we are changed within. You see, it is just amazing. God is not only changing the circumstances in your life, but God is also changing you. That's what you want. A lot of Christians just want God to deliver them from the hardship and hard times and all this. But the more important thing is, what did you learn through those hard times? To humble yourself and call out to the Lord and be grateful to God. I know that this happened to me. Recently, I have to really seek the Lord and cry out to the Lord. And the Lord showed me, things. Trials didn't come for nothing. Trials come two reasons. One is the persecution. Like Paul's case is definitely, it's a straight persecution thing. But it was not a matter of discipline. A lot of times God disciplines us so that we learn. But Paul, the way he responded to flogging and jail sentence is they worship. They pray and worship. And when finally God sent an earthquake to free them up, that's the time. When did the earthquake happen? When they were worshiping. When they were worshiping the Lord and singing hymns to God and praying, God shook the ground and opened all the prison doors. So they got out, just like that. And there comes another climax. The jailer wanted to kill himself, thought because he lost his job, he was guilty. He didn't guard the prisons well. He'll be blamed. Amazing. Imagine that. He just wanted to kill himself. But Paul said, don't harm yourself. We're all here. And then he bowed down. He fell on his feet. Sir, what must I do to be saved? And then Paul said, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. You and your household will be saved. I absolutely love that. Paul did not say, believe in the Lord. You will be saved. All right, I think we will carry on that one to the next video so that I can separate the two topics. This is good stuff. All right, so this one is about worshiping in the times of trials.